Mozilla Firefox is a pretty well-known web browser and competes with Google Chrome in the web market with over, like, I believe it's 20% market share. So it's a pretty good web browser and it's also quite popular. Now, they recently got into trouble after they made some changes to their terms of use, which said the following: when you upload or input information through Firefox, you hereby grant us, Mozilla, a non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide license to use that information to help you navigate, experience, and interact with online content as you indicate with your use of Firefox, which is pretty insane to imagine. For over 20 years. They have gone to bring this up right now, which is pretty crazy. Because you can imagine, people are saying that, oh, now they have to list it, now they have to claim this so that you can use your internet, I don't know what. But it's actually pretty funny to think about, because Mozilla have actually been here since 2002. So why now? Why now do you have to bring all this? And so, rightfully so, they got some bit of backlash. And it's actually pretty funny because they actually did way more than even this, which messed up big time for them. Like here, while much of the confusion can be written off as unforced error in communication, legalese is often misunderstood, the developer's privacy. Now, here's where the problem comes in. The developer's privacy commitment has changed, meaning that Firefox did not only add this, they also removed some part of their privacy policy. Now, here's what they changed. The answer to what is Firefox or Mozilla's FAQ page about its browser used to read: the Firefox browser is the only major browser backed by a not-for-profit that does not sell your personal data to advertisers while helping you protect your data. Your personal information. So take note of that. Now they changed it from this to this. Now it just says the Firefox browser, the only major browser backed by a not-for-profit, helps you protect your personal information. But they removed the part for does not sell your personal data. Now, this proves that Mozilla has actually started to change in how they fundamentally operate. And they're no longer willing to commit to not selling your personal data to advertisers, which is pretty insane to think about because I actively use them. As you can see, this is actually a Mozilla browser. Now, that's not the only change. They also changed other things, so it actually even gets worse. Here it says a related change was also highlighted by Mozilla.org commenter Jacqueline, who linked direct to the source code for that FAQ page to answer the question, is Firefox free? Mozilla used to say, yep, the Firefox browser is free, super free. Actually, no hidden costs or anything. You don't pay anything to use it and we don't sell your personal data. Now, they've gone from that to this. Now it just says, yep, the Firefox browser is free, super free. Actually, no hidden costs or anything. You don't pay anything to use it. They removed this part, which is just crazy to think about. Which is so insane to have not only this, but also this just disappear. They don't want to commit to your data anymore. They don't see it fit to protect your data. And that's pretty scary to imagine. So Mozilla have actually seen the comments, they have seen the debates, and they've gone out to issue an update, or I don't know what to call it, an announcement or something. Now, here's what they said. We've seen a little confusion about the language regarding licenses, so we want to clear that up. We need a license to allow us to make some of the basic functionality of Firefox possible. Without it, we couldn't use information typed into Firefox. For example, it does not give us ownership of your data or a right to use it or anything other than what is described in the privacy notice. Mind you, they updated the notice, the privacy notice, from not selling your data to now being vague. They don't even mention it actually. So that's that. Now, let's go back. So this actually is pretty weird because you can imagine since 2002, these guys have been here, and it's the same question I've actually been asking myself. What do you mean you need a license to make some of the basic functionality of Firefox possible when it's just a simple web browser that has existed for 20 plus years? How do you suddenly just need a license to our stuff just to make it work? It doesn't really make sense to me, and that's pretty scary. Like, why? You guys, I don't know if you're seeing how insane this is, because I was actually sitting down and watching people go through it, and I was like, why do you need that? Why now? There's nothing that has changed. So why do you need to do this huge overhaul at the base of our privacy and our data? Now, that's the big debate going on currently right now. And now this news article have actually gone to give a theory, and they say that the new terms could be a result of a December management shakeup. And it was announced that 3 executives were joining Mozilla, including Varma, blah, 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 all these guys. So it could be a management thing and also competition. And I don't know, it's just pretty crazy to imagine. And aside from that, because it's a pretty ongoing topic, I actually couldn't help but remember that another company did a similar thing way back in the past, and I don't know if you guys could remember it. So here it is. Adobe actually was the first one to do this sort of thing, and immediately when I saw the Firefox update, I could just remember the backlash Adobe got. Like, here's what they said. Let's have a look. Licenses to your content solely for the purposes of operating or improving the services and software. You grant us a non-exclusive, worldwide, royalty-free, sub-licensable license to use, produce, publicly display, distribute, modify, create derivative works based on, publicly perform, and translate the question, which is just a whole lot of what? For example, we may sublicense our right to the content to our service providers or to other users to allow the services and software to operate as intended, such as enabling you to share photos with others. Separately, Section 4.6 feedback below covers any feedback that you provide for us, which is really insane, considering that Adobe is where you make a whole lot of things. So basically, when you make the content, they own it. Pretty much straightforward. And it's exactly, almost, not really word for word, but it's almost the same as what Firefox is saying here. Like, literally, even the royalty-free, non-exclusive worldwide license, aside from the fact that they don't ask for to reproduce or public display, because you can't really reproduce works because you use a browser, because most of us don't create content using Firefox, or even you can't really. So now that's what makes them different, and it's pretty crazy to imagine, because this is what came to mind, this exact drama from like 2024 June. And here someone said they just canceled their Adobe license after many years as a customer. And because basically you give Adobe access to all of your content, they can use it wherever they want, doing whatever they want and however much they see fit, all while you pay them to do it for over like $100. I really can't. It's just insane to think about that, considering these companies are taking advantage of us and we are paying them to do it. Like, you can imagine a company like you can imagine a company like Adobe, which is so insane in pricing. Like, I remember I had this speech thing. Let me just open it up. I remember I had this speech synthesizer something. I don't know. It's called Podcast by Adobe. I actually enrolled for the trial version. I remember I had this. It's called Enhanced Speech, and they had the trial version, and I enrolled for it. And I can tell you for free, I could not unsubscribe for that thing without a fight. It was so painful and I was almost about to get charged. So I was literally in pain, and it's owned by Adobe. It's called Adobe Podcasts. It's under Adobe Podcast actually, and it's called Enhanced Speech. It's really good because it actually enhances the speech and makes it quite decent to just listen to. If maybe you're in a loud environment, it's really good. But I could not cancel the membership, the trial, and it's a trial, mind you. And also, Adobe have also this cancel fee, which is so insane. Like, basically, when you want to cancel a membership, you get charged. I saw another guy who was about to get charged, like, I think it was $60 just because they canceled early, which is just insane that you want to cancel me and make me, like, I want to cancel and you want to charge me to cancel. And it's such a huge amount, $60 just to cancel. So it's pretty weird to see if Mozilla is starting to act in any similar way close to Adobe, because this is really scary. They've deleted stuff from their FAQ, which focused on privacy, focused on protecting our data, focusing on not selling our data. They've removed that. It doesn't seem like they align to that. It's actually even from their privacy policy. And so it's pretty insane to think about. And to have them close to Adobe in any shape or form, or even speaking like Adobe. As you can see here, this is from the TOS of Adobe. So to have that language in Firefox, a company centered on privacy, is just sad to think about. But with that said, that's the angle I wanted to put in. Most people didn't catch on that Adobe did this before. Most are talking about what is actually currently happening. So I wanted to provide a new view, which is even crazier to think about. So Firefox are really messing up, and despite their clearing, they really can't walk this back unless they remove everything and walk it back completely. Take back what they said, take back the changes, and focus on committing to protecting our data. Because Mozilla is a not-for-profit, so I don't know why they want to lean on our data so much, which is just insane. So with that, I don't know which browser do you guys use. I don't know if I'm going to stick to Firefox because they're not really willing to protect our data. I can't go to Chrome because Chrome also just steals our data because it's owned by Google, and they can't even allow us to use a web ad block, which is actually needed in this day and age. You can't browse without it. So with that said, thank you for watching. What do you think of the situation? Are you siding with Firefox? Do you accept their clarification? I really don't, but you can tell me what you think in the comment below, and you can check out this video here and watch it. Tell me what you think. And with that, see you in the next video. Goodbye.